Hello, gentle viewers. This is Guardian, welcoming you back to Out of the Park Baseball 23 with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Let me boop-a-doop. There we go. That's better. Trying to set out those yellow levels where I can. Welcome back, everybody, to a new episode. In the last episode, we did the all season as usual, and not a lot has changed except for the addition of Marvin Zapeta. Now, Mr. Zapeta here is part of our new look heavy OBP offense, and we got him for basically nothing. We basically spent zero real money in order to add an important piece to our lineup. Now, he's not a brilliant outfielder, so he's not a perfect player, but he gets on base a whole lot, has a good bit of pop, and I think will fit very nicely in with what we're trying to accomplish here in Pittsburgh. Other than that, though, this is last year's lineup. For the most part. We haven't really changed any starters other than our left fielder. It's still Pagan, Cannon. Salgado has moved. We're batting him a little bit lower in the lineup, but that's fine. The rotation is most the same other than Dave McTavish starting the year in the rotation. Perhaps the biggest change, if you missed last week's episode, is the new closer, who's Alex Hilliard. In our bullpen, it doesn't really matter who the closer is because Ed Hodges is positioned to get the majority of the important innings. Because that's just how this particular bullpen works. He's arguably the least important person as the closer, but it still gets him to pitch meaningful innings, and it still gives us the option to use his bat. So I think we shall proceed as it is here. And let us go ahead now. Oh, we added Mario Marchante. I think I traded for him. I think he's one of the people I got when I traded Farias, and I think he could be a good one too. He could definitely be a good one. So, Nate Sinclair is totally rested. Then I will give him the opening day start. Now, Nate Sinclair's time with the Pirates is probably approaching its end in the near future. He is starting to lose more heat off his fastball. And at some point, he's not going to be very helpful. Now, we still have lots and lots of money, so it's not the end of the world if we don't, in fact, if he declines in any significant way, we can kind of make up for that. Now, there's a couple of big questions this season. Perhaps the most important of these questions is what do we do with Henry Salgado after this season? Well, Salgado would like a long-term extension for about $20 million a year. If we stick with the traditional 8 wins, or $8 million per win, that's right about his ideal value. But he's already 37, which means he's far more likely to decline than he is to maintain his value. Now, of course, his discipline shouldn't change. Discipline is typically the last skill to go, and he's already starting at a perfect 100, so he'll always be good for on-base stuff. Is that enough to justify paying $20 million a year? I don't think that it is. So I think we're going to let Salgado walk, and then see what happens. So, with all that being said, it is time to play some baseball. Do I want to bring back Latona? Like, he's been a very useful pitcher, but he is flawed in that he doesn't have a true breaking pitch, and it's like, middle relievers are the last thing you should be spending money on, in my opinion. You won't even talk to me. Why can I not offer you a contract? Huh? Oh, because I just sent him an offer. That's right. I knew that. I do think Latona is good enough that he deserves a bit of a raise as a treat. I'd love to get Love locked up. But his salary demands are so reasonable that I don't really want to... Yeah, I don't want to scare him away yet. My friends, let us proceed forwards. For 1 month? Wow, getting shot at 12-0 is not a great opening day start. I gotta say, Mr. Sinclair, I don't like that. We do keep Latona, which is very nice. We are overpaying him a bit, but on the other hand, he's been a really useful contributor, and it gives us critical, It gives us critical continuity in the bullpen. What is this about? Oh, people that I waived, to try to get them off my team. Oh yes, Joe Durden. I actually thought he'd be a useful addition to the club, and then his arm just like disintegrated the moment he was placed on my opening day roster. So he's kind of a bummer. We've got some day-to-day injuries here. Why do I care about either of these guys? Did I, like, shortlist one of them at some point? Jordan Brown. Why do I care about Jordan Brown? Oh, because I drafted him and then never signed him. I don't really care then. You can remove this miscreant from my list. I no longer care. And let us proceed to the end of the month. A lot of injuries this year. A lot of injuries. More than I'd like. More than I'd like. I mean, of course, the ideal number of injuries to have on a team is 0, but that's not how baseball works. It's a long season. No team suffers no injuries, and that's why you have to have quality depth in the minor leagues and on your major league bench for those inevitable circumstances when your players do get hurt. It's a good team. Okay. It seems like a lot of my starters are plateauing a little bit earlier than I'd like them to be. Maybe this is a clue that I need a new pitching coach, perhaps. Salgado declines slightly. Edwin Valdivia has put some stuff together. That's pretty cool to see. Ramon Loera is getting a bit better. Very nice. Very nice. I'm not seeing too much here. This is good to see, though. Mr. Vicens here is adding a bit of heat to his fastball, and it's already making him a bit more of a prospect. You're seeing a lot of good improvements, but we're not really seeing any player like demanding. Like, who's my top prospect right now? It's David Tennessee, which is admittedly a pretty fantastic name. But there's something about Mr. Tennessee. He just doesn't seem to improve. And that's unfortunate. Because I think he could be a very valuable piece to our team, but for whatever reason, are you not even starting him? Like, why is he coming in for like 1 inning, 1/10 of an inning? What are you doing, game? Oh, that's spring training. That's spring training. Never mind. Never mind. Yeah, it's puzzling. He's got all these incredible tools, and he's just not developing. I guess he is developing very, very slowly, but he's not getting any of his actual pitching talent to the point where I would consider starting him. He's still considered a current of 20 overall, and it's because he's not throwing strikes very well. Now, maybe Double A is the big step for him. We can certainly hope that it is. But other than that, meh. Hector Romero, kind of the same boat, although he is younger. Kyle Cordova. If I need an emergency starter, it would probably be Cordova. But we're drafting a lot of really likable pitchers. They're just not going anywhere. Which is a bit of a shame. I know this looks scary. I'm going to ignore it because we've literally only got 1 week. 1 month of play. Let's play a second month before we start panicking. And make moves. It's been a bit chilly in Texas the last few days, so the heat's been on in my house, and it's kind of dries the air out. I try to mute whenever like I have to clear my throat or whatever, but sometimes I can't get to it in time. Sometimes I can't. Burn, baby, burn. Austin Inferno. Oh, shit. Losing Bohannon kind of sucks, actually. He is a critical piece of this offense now. And now he's going to miss 6 weeks. I'm going to go ahead and put him on the IL, obviously. That's interesting. I don't really have an obvious fit. Unless I play Manny Castillo every day? I guess? That is really unfortunate. I am not prepared for this. I am not prepared at all for an outfielder to go down, especially him in particular. Because here's the thing, I could definitely add Vinny Diaz to the lineup, and at some point, probably now, he deserves an opportunity to play regularly. And I could call up Elijah Jackson to be the backup. But what I can't really do is I would lose my leadoff guy. So we're going to definitely think long and hard about how to redo this lineup. What am I talking about? It's Henry Salgado. Like, that's his one skill, right? Is getting on base at a hefty clip. Salgado leads off. Zepeda shifts to right. And I guess we give Vinny Diaz his shot to play in left field. No to that. I don't mind Aguilar getting some reps and seeing what he might be able to accomplish. If you want to play Hilliard every 6 days and right, I'm okay with that. I guess I could also just have put Hilliard into the lineup rather than using Vinny Diaz. Tempting. But I think we're okay for now. Let's go ahead and copy this over. And that's that. Like, at some point, right, I seem to accept the fact that Hilliard needs to play pretty much every day. But for right now, I'll take what I can get and then see where that gets us. Because we need to give Vinny Diaz actual meaningful at-bats at the Major League level if we're ever going to see if he's going to be worth keeping around as a Pirate. So while Bohannon is on there, he's going to get to play every day. And we'll see where that gets us. Very nice. Guys, Joe Camp is still going on strong. Every season, I'm shocked that somebody gives him giant contracts, and every season he deserves it. Like, he's not a Hall of Famer. Like, he's not even close. But I think he's had a tremendous career. And he's really got us to thank for it. We helped him rebuild his value after some unimpressive years in Cincinnati. And then we handed him off, and other teams use him as a frontline starter. He's done well for them. So I like seeing him do well. He's kind of my dude. Okay. Let us proceed to the end of the month. Now, just as quickly, I can't overreact on Vinny Diaz, though. That's the other side of this coin. He needs meaningful at-bats to show us what he can or can't do. And let's not lose sight of the fact we're still playing exceptionally well. We may not be in first place at the moment, but we're still playing very, very well. What do we got here? Any changes? I mean, Elijah Jackson becoming a better defensive outfielder does make him more versatile. You'd love to see that. Oh, look at David Tennessee putting some stuff together. Okay. All right. Kyle Cordova. I just complained about how people weren't progressing. They must have heard me. Decided, oh shit, he's going to get rid of us if we don't start getting better. Well, good. Emilio O'Connor is adding some extra spice to his fastball. Lovely. All right, so now let's take a look at the team. What's going well, what isn't going well. First things first, I know our batting average is pretty horrifying, but check out that on-base percentage and that slugging percentage. And check this out, too. We've got guys getting on base at a fairly good clip. I don't know what Pagan's deal is, though. This is a man who's supposed to be batting average first, and he's not hitting for average. Like, it's the one tool we're expecting him to have, and he just isn't having it. Maybe that'll change. Maybe our friend Mr. Pagan here is going to heat up a bit in the second half and start wrecking face. But for right now, he's kind of disappointing. Chris Cannon, a world where he hits for any kind of average, is a terrifying world for opposing hitters indeed. That makes him very, very valuable, and I'd love to see it. Keep this up. More of this, my Kennedy friend. Look, Vinny Diaz is playing at a fairly high level, nice and early. We'll give him a chance to improve on that. Zamora, my friend, you have one job, which is to hit for average, and you're not doing that. There's something about these hitters in general, they're just not hitting for the average you'd expect. Almahor is having a nice bounce back campaign, though. That's good to see. Anthony Young continues to defy his actual talent level to a degree. And Angel Robinson plays good shortstop. Like, quite literally, he is not here to give me regular offensive production. He's here to be a fantastic shortstop. And by that stretch of the imagination, he's doing a great job. Pitching-wise, Orlando Salgado's off to a rough start this season. What is his deal? We're getting good innings out of him. He's giving up home runs at a higher rate. That should even out. Like, it happens is just like a fluke. If we break down his game log, I'll bet we'll find a couple of games where he's given up 2 or 3 homers. Oh yeah, look at that right there. 3 homers. 3 homers. If we remove these 2 games, he's basically the same pitcher he was last year. So Salgado will be fine. Dave McTavish is not amazing. He's got some good peripherals. I don't think he's pitching badly, but he is getting hit, which is unfortunate. But he's still a youngster. He can work on it. None of the rotation pieces really strike me as I have to get them out of the rotation to try out a youngster. Now, the decline of Ed Hodges does make me sad, though. He is walking way more people, and he's giving up way more homers. If this bullpen is going to function at a high level, it needs you pitching at your very best. What is your deal? Are you getting worse? You are getting a tiny bit worse. There's nobody else in this bullpen that I trust to really be like an everyday guy. I'm going to let Hodges have one more month and see if it's just like a bit of a blip. And if it isn't, then what I'll do is I will downgrade his importance and we'll like push somebody up to being a setup guy and let Hilliard actually pitch a bit more frequently. Let's go ahead and proceed for right now. Like, I don't see any obvious upgrades. Like a Micah White or a Greg Smith could be a nice upgrade, but I don't know who they would replace right now. Marchante, maybe. I don't know. I have a lot of relievers, as I look at them, that are just kind of hanging out. And I've got a fair few relievers that I just always keep. I mean, this is a good opportunity to take a moment and trade one and try to get an improvement somewhere else. And I'm thinking Michael White. I don't want to tell you why Michael White is the one I'm most willing to trade. First of all, he's still got quite a bit of trade value. So he's only 23 years old. Or I could just trade Greg Smith. Then again, I like all of them. And all it takes is an injury to a bullpen guy, and I'll be reaching down to AAA for one of these fine folks. Greg Smith has real potential. If he keeps pitching at a fairly high level, he's the next Ed Hodges or the next Joe Camp. Because of his incredible stamina and 2 pitches. He's going to be really good in that role. Interesting. I'm not going to trade anybody yet. Victor Serrano is a first baseman and nothing else. And he's the person that doesn't even hit for power. Maybe he's the one that I trade. Like, I'm not saying that Victor Serrano sucks or anything, but I'm saying he doesn't have an obvious role on this team. Like, even if I didn't have Chris Cannon, I would have rather play Orlando Morales over him because Serrano is not a good defender. Let's go ahead and flip him. Let's try to get ourselves a nice, shiny prospect for him. I mean, I don't mind a guy like a Danny Alvarez. There's definitely something interesting there. I love the versatility here. He's also warm. That's nice if you want to spoon with him. That's a good trait to have. So first thing I immediately noticed on Mr. Dickerson here is the fact that he is a switch hitter. That's always very handy to have. I'm getting too many choices to go through. Let's reduce the numbers to, hang on. No, I don't want a guy who can't get on base anymore. I've learned, maybe. He's fine. Alright, so let's look, actually, let's do a prospect package. Maybe somebody can give me a couple of people of interest. Andy Macias has a lot to recommend him as an overall offensive talent. He doesn't really have a position, though. But I definitely could see him playing for us in the near future. Bobby Vasquez, though, isn't very exciting. Let's see here. Tony the Skull Lovato is an amazing name, but he's kind of flawed as a hitter. Okay, what is your deal? You're another guy who can't play defense. There's only room for so many of those on a club. I do like the idea of Danny Alvarez, though. And what about Alan Wheeler? He's pretty good defensively. I don't hate this deal. I don't hate it. I don't think it's amazing, but I don't hate it. Chris Correa is not a very good second baseman. Not a very good center fielder. So what about Mr. Vic Worsfold? You're very far from the big leagues, but I like what you're selling here. That could work, but I'd want more than Edwards for this. This is a decent starting package. Sergio Cortez sucks. Isaiah Hayes is kind of mediocre too. Interesting. Let's go back to the single players and let's focus on batters. Alright, Nelson is a thoroughly unremarkable outfielder. There's nothing wrong with him, but there isn't much right about him either. I'm only looking at the greens to save myself some sanity. Alvarez we've already looked at a couple of times. I don't disagree. He might not be a good choice for us, but I do think we could do better. Jose Lozano has one thing in his favor, which is the fact he can play everywhere and play pretty damn well at it. His positional versatility is incredibly valuable. Plus the fact he's really good at base running. However, his offensive skill set is fairly marginal. Yes, he has good contact and good gap power and decent home run power. I definitely believe that he can hit, but I am concerned about his minimal plate discipline. That being said, like a guy who's not only like a decent infielder, but a pretty good one, and a great outfielder, it is highly worthwhile to take on a player, an athlete of this magnitude. I see you, David Ortiz. No, no, no. This is Davis Ortiz. I'm not trying to play baseball again. I see through your lies, Davis. I don't think Lozano's actually on the short list right now. Angel Thompson cannot catch. Eddie Smith would be a nice piece if I needed a big time hitter, which I kind of don't. If I could get Payan and Worsfold, I'd probably take that deal. Like, I know he doesn't have great discipline, but he's a great hitter overall. And I think he's one of the rare exceptions where low discipline is low. Although I am concerned about his minor league numbers. But if I could get both of them, I think that would be the move that I would make. Worsfold and Payan. If I can't get both, though, then it comes back to the other guy. So let's try it out. Yeah, then I'm done. If I can't get both to mitigate my risk, then I'm gonna go with the better athlete and see if we can teach him a day. Oh, I didn't even see this guy. Meh. Here we go. I'd love to get another player here, but I think if we add too much of this package, they're just gonna tell us to get bent. Interesting. Very interesting. I'm sure you wouldn't take that deal, nor should you. I could maybe see that happening. But look, I get why the general manager is upset because Victor Serrano does have some important advantages. He's a very, very polished hitter that can play first base without hitting for a ton of power, but with pretty good base running. I get it. Am I being distracted by the shiny thing again? No. Like, here's the thing. Lozano's floor is as the ultimate utility guy. That's his floor. And I think he's already there. And that's why I can't help but stick to Lozano being better than Serrano. I do want to shortlist Serrano because I do want to see how he turns out. Because he's not a third baseman. He's a first baseman. And I think that's, and at the end of the day, that's what makes me undervalue him. Is the fact that I know he can't play any position but first base. I'm not going to overthink this. I'm going to take the deal as it is. And Mr. Lozano, I'm going to place you on the 40-man because I must, and then I'm going to send you to AAA. But don't worry, your time in AAA will likely not be very long because... I mean, Aguilar is arguably a similar kind of player, but he can't hit the way that you can. So, just focus on your offense, my dude. Work on hitting the best you can, and then we'll have a chat later on in the season. I'm probably overly horny for positional flexibility. It's my Achilles heel. One of them, anyway. Zamora probably needs to go lower in the lineup. I think I'm gonna swap him. I'm gonna have him at 8th. I probably need a new center fielder, in all honesty. Because he's a very all or nothing player. Because not making regular contact, he's not very good. Let's wait till July, but we definitely might consider upgrading at center field. It seems like I'm forever chasing center fielders, though. Like, a good center fielder, I should say. It seems like I keep finding, like, the average ones, or the ones that only have, like, 2 or 3 skills. And so the quality everyday center fielder that the Pittsburgh Pirates deserve. Looks like it was a pretty good month for us, though. Damn it. Sinclair continues to decline. McTavish got better. Love got better. Hey, Robinson's getting even better at defense, so at least he's leading into the skill that makes him valuable. Diaz is getting better. Juan Vilo's getting better. Nice. Good stuff. Okay. What a sensational month. Leo Campos. I've had you for so freaking long. Oh, no, I haven't. No, yes, I have. I drafted you, and then I signed you with a minor league contract. Oh, interesting. Oh, you went independent. I had a lot of hopes for him, and it turned out he wasn't very good. It's kind of a bummer, but alright. International free agent signing. Yes, please. I mean, hi on hell. My dude. Is there any point in, like, dithering over this? There isn't. Join us, please, I beg you. So, how is the team looking now? I mean, Henry Salgado is getting on base and hitting home runs. There's definitely nothing wrong with either of those two things. Marvin Zepeda has come as advertised. He's been a very effective hitter. Pagan is getting warmer, but he's still not where he needs to be. Chris Cannon is having a fine year as well. Vinny Diaz is proving to be somewhat disappointing. Omaware Young, Zamora Robinson. Okay. If I can improve at center field, that would solve a lot of problems. Also, Ed Hodges is neither any better nor any worse. I'm willing to leave him where he is, though. I'm willing to leave him where he is for the moment. Friends, I will return momentarily. I need to have a think about what we do about the team as it currently sits. Alright, friends, I have returned. So, there are two things I want to do with this lineup to make it a little bit more formidable. The first thing that I'd like to do is I'd like to replace our center fielder. A guy like Zamora, for all of his obvious talents, isn't the kind of player that can be an everyday starter in this lineup. The version of him that we got in 2067 was tolerable. This version is not. He's an average hitter. I didn't mean that literally, but also figuratively. A guy who earns a living by average has to hit for average. If he doesn't, his entire offensive game falls apart. And his defense isn't so fantastic that I can afford to punt on offense from center field. The other concern is what we do about the bottom part of our rotation. Now, Nate Sinclair needs to be replaced sooner or later as well. He's not the same man, but also nobody will trade for him, which is fine. We probably need to pull him out of the rotation and maybe convert him into a reliever just to buy a couple more years out of him. Also, we'll waive his no-trade clause, so that's fine. It's not the end of the world to just leave him there and just kind of soak up innings, but he's clearly not the same guy he used to be. It's also because he's striking out way fewer people, and that's only going to get worse with time. So, do we give an opportunity to one of our young starters? Now, of the starters we have now, Kyle Cordova is the most advanced. And there's a lot to like about him. But the fact that both Tennessee and Romero are now back in Double-A just means it's going to take them that much longer to truly be what they need to be. Oh, Chris Melgar, eh? Like, you're better than Zamora, but you're also very far away from being that good right now, so I don't think you're ready yet. So there's no internal promotion that I can see to play center field. Yes, I could play Alex Hilliard in center. I'm not going to, because I don't think he's a good enough outfielder, but I could. Elijah Jackson can kind of handle center, and while he's definitely a better hitter, I don't think he's good enough. I don't think he's a good enough hitter to play center field every day. What did I trade for you? Espinosa. And Espinosa, as predicted, has never worked out, so that didn't really hurt us any. But yeah, we need a quality center fielder to truly take us to the next level. So let's begin by checking the trade block for center field. And there is nothing of note. Not a surprise. Teams with premium center fielders aren't going to want to trade them. That makes perfect sense. So let's find a player then. So we want hitters that play center field. A minimum defense of, let's say, 60. And a minimum overall of, let's say, 60. And let's see what this gets us. There are shockingly very few players of this type. Alex Posada would be perfect in a lot of ways, and I bet the Guardians are probably even eager to get rid of him. But my question is he a good risk? He is durable. Interesting. Posada's a definite maybe. If I could get somebody even better or younger, I would. But he's a definite maybe. I like Angel Leyva a lot, too. But he is wrecked, which means he's kind of a bad injury risk. No thank you. Ozzy Portillos would be lovely, and I cannot imagine you giving him up for pretty much anything. Andres Hernandez, I couldn't get even if I wanted him. Fragile. Alright. So realistically, Posada is probably the one we're going to have the easiest time getting. One moment. Sorry about that. Oh, what about Intonados? No, I don't think so. So really, there's two choices I see here. My preferred option is Portillas. He's a great hitter that plays center field really, really well. And he's got pop, but he still has enough on base action to carry the rest of his skill set. I love it a lot. I also don't think they'll give him up. But let's try. I'm going to start by going for the jugular. Because I will trade a princely sum to get a young center fielder of this caliber. Well, we started with David Tennessee. And I even added in Hector Romero. And Kyle Cordova? Yeah, this makes perfect sense, right? The Angels very intelligently realize we have a generational talent. We're not going to give him up for nothing. That's fine. I had to try, but it's not going to happen. And that's okay. Posada is an easier argument, I think, because the Guardians are a neutral team, and they're cash poor. So getting a guy like Posada should be relatively easy. I'm not even trying to convince them to eat part of his salary, but even if they can't, I think he's so much better than Zamora. So let's start with this. Okay, so he alone isn't enough to make a difference. Fine. What if we added in one of my elite young pitching prospects? What if we added David Tennessee? And Hector Romero. So this is our issue. He's just being a giant jerk. Which is unfortunate, but yeah, even if we're offered to take the money off his hands, they're not trading him. I'd happily go for Andres Hernandez, but I can't have him because he's injured for too long. Plus, he's injury prone. What about Nick Houston? No. And here's the issue, right? Like, every player I'm offering is getting no response at all. Like, we're not even getting closer to a deal here. So likely my demands are too high. There is Bill Revard. Again, if my consideration is he better than Zamora, it's difficult to argue that Rivard is not better than Zamora. He's a really talented center fielder, and he's a pretty good player, all things considered. I know he doesn't have a lot in the way of batting average, but the rest of his offensive game makes up for it. Like, even if he's near league average consistently, that would be very welcome on this lineup. But he is fragile, and he is expensive. Maybe Vincent Robinson is the guy. Okay, we could get Robinson. Interesting. Robinson is a very good center fielder, a good all-around hitter. Like, he doesn't have obvious weaknesses in his game, and he's still super young. I'd rather give up Romero instead of Tennessee. What if I just offered you Morales? Can I keep one of my pitching prospects? I can't. They're all good. I'd love to keep all three of them. What if I offered you Zamora? Does that change your decision at all? Because I'm not going to keep Zamora, obviously. If I have Robinson, Zamora is better. Yeah, he's better. You're not getting Broadwater. That's a non-starter. Don't be fucking absurd. I'm not going to give you Morales either, though, if I don't have to. Oh, I literally need to give you two players at least? Okay. I think David Tennessee, despite his high potential, is the least likely to be successful for two reasons. First, he's a side armor, and second, he hasn't improved his changeup at all. If he doesn't get that changeup, he's not going to be a good enough pitcher. So I'm going to offer Tennessee. And I don't hate Falcone. Falcone could be an important player someday. Yeah, Donovan Roberts is mid. You can have him instead. The price is quite steep. I'm not going to deny that, but he's giving us a dynamic young center fielder who can play the position well and who can hit. And I know he hasn't hit well for Toronto yet, but I think it's only a matter of time before he does. And his on-base numbers have always been good. It's not going to take much to get him over the hump and make him incredibly productive. He is a better defender, right? Zamora's got a much better arm, but Robinson is a better overall player. I'm having second thoughts about him. Good all-around hitter, incredible speed, pretty good center fielder or an amazing corner outfielder. Like, there's no shame at all if we end up bumping him to a corner. I think this is the right call. I'm going to make the trade. I do want to shortlist Tennessee, though, because I'm really curious to see how he develops. But I feel infinitely better with Vincent Robinson on our team than I ever did with Zamora. Just because Mr. Robinson here is a lot more well-rounded. He's not reliant on one skill or another. He's got several choices. Now, the next thing I want to upgrade is left field, but that's going to upgrade the moment that Bohannon comes back, so I'm not too worried about that. So, that being said, let us advance forward in time a bit until we get Bohannon back. A personal message. Every year he's like, give me more stolen bases, and every year I'm like, fuck off. I approve of my consistency. Alright, personnel. Our team trainer's done a pretty good job. I don't feel like looking for a new one, so I will give him a new deal. Craig Barnes has done exceptional work with developing some of our pitchers, so I will happily offer him an extension as well. How is the staff chemistry? It is ecstatic, so then there's no reason to break up anything here. There we go. Keeping the coaching staff around, and we need to decide 2 new extensions here. I really want to keep in. I think he's a very useful dude. Where's my other 2068 guy? Here. Yeah, you're even better. You probably deserve to be up higher in our chain, but for right now, I'll just take an upgrade and see if people retire or what have you. Alright, cool. How are we doing minor league system-wise now? David Tennessee is rated the number 10 pitcher in Major League Baseball, so just trading him dropped us a couple places, but that's fine. Jordan Falcone needs some, or Jordan Falcon. I always call him Falcone, but maybe it is just Falcon. Probably deserves some attention from me too. All right. Any changes here? No good. Carry on. Carry on, my wayward son. Let's go. Beautiful. Mr. Bohannon, we missed you. We missed you so very much. Who goes to the minors? I think we trade Vinny Diaz. I think I've seen enough from him. Over 2 seasons, he's gotten about 300 at-bats. And he's way too reliant on his batting average. So I think let's trade Mr. Diaz here. For a prospect of any flavor, really, as long as it's a good player. Wait, what? I mean, he's not flawless, but it's a third baseman in Alex Rodriguez. It worked out the last time they had one of those. Nice pitcher. I don't love the lack of a breaking ball, but I can still respect it. I don't necessarily mind coughing up a 40-man spot, but oh, hi there. Interesting. If I had any confidence in your ability to throw strikes, I would have grabbed you instantly. Jaden Hutchings is fine, I guess. Why are you being weird? Why can I not click on this button? That was weird. This is a bad deal. There's no disputing that, but if I can get another interesting player to add it in, then maybe. Ooh, never mind. I don't want Oscar Harvey. Good defender, but very, very raw. I agree. Like, I kind of agree, Mr. Cobb. This is kind of a bad deal, but we're basically, we don't trust his overall skill set, and I've got a lot of other players with a similar skill set, so that's why I don't think keeping him is the right call. Honk. I'm going to submit this offer, and I'm going to very briefly put Bohannon in rehab. Okay. So it's not going to take much to get him. You can have Kadeem Smith. Let's do it. Now we get Bohannon back, where he belongs, and I swap him in Salgado. Oh, put Zapata back in left. He is a better left fielder than a right fielder. And then Salgado drops, and we slide in Mr. Bohannon. I said Mr. Bohannon. There you go. Okay, cool. Cool. His price is coming down. And, like, there's, like, theoretically, I could get a new DH. I could get somebody like, say, Jordan Falcone. And give him some reps at DH. Or even put him out in the outfield and move someone else to DH, whatever. What if I counter you with a 3-year deal with 2 team options? You know what? I think it's worth it. What you bring to the table is valuable. I'm overpaying a little bit, but you're also kind of the heart and soul of the Pirates in its current iteration. So I think a short-term extension like that is reasonable. At the very least, it gives me options. Oh, let's do some drafting. Okay, now I'm going to make you a pledge, my friends. No matter how tempting, I will not take a starting pitcher with my first round pick. Okay. So we have 2 elite level offensive talents allegedly at the top of the draft here. We have Melvin Montoya. Montoya has a very well-rounded offensive skill set. However, a couple things give me pause for concern. First of all, he's a terrible catcher. And second of all, his bat isn't good enough to carry him if he plays first base. Third of all, the fact that he can only get into a junior college and not one of the elite baseball schools also causes me some concern. So I don't think he's worth taking with this pick. Wes Nieves is potentially an elite player. He's got loads of contact and home run power, and he's got a decent enough batting eye that he should draw some walks here and there. He's not a very good third baseman, though. He looks like he'll be a first baseman in the majors. Because I don't trust a third baseman that doesn't at least have fairly high infield error ratings. It means he's going to fuck up a lot. And remember, these ratings almost never get better. This one will. This one won't. We have Tony Plascencia. Okay all-around hitter. He's relying really heavily on the hit tool, though, to make up a lot of his value. And he's not a very good fielder. Rod Myers. Decent, well-rounded skill set here. A few positions he could play reasonably well. Like, he's a guy who could hit 320 homers or more every year. And he's still got to play discipline that even if his contact is off a little bit, he'll still get on base. I think he's the call. I think Rod Myers is the next addition to the Pittsburgh Pirates. Oh my gosh, he's also a local kid. Well, not really local, but pretty local. That's the right call there. Now, Melvin Montoya becomes more interesting the lower in the draft we get. But I still don't think he's interesting enough. Isaiah Steele, what a name. I love everything about him. Done. Good discipline and power, a legitimately good third baseman who could also play other positions. Yes, please. Let's get our offensive covered stocked. Melvin Montoya just keeps slipping in the draft. At a certain point, I'm going to have to take him whether I want to or not. You're a third baseman. You're not a shortstop. But you are a pretty good all-around hitter. Mr. Alvarez, I choose you. But I will be turning you into a third baseman. Maybe I'll let him stay at short, just get some reps in, as he's real young, but I think his future's at third base. Jose Barreto. Yes, please. I don't necessarily have very much away plate discipline, but if the rest of his skills develop as they should, it'll still be worth it. Someone finally took Melvin Montoya. Nick Moore. I know he's impossible. It's going to cost me money. But first of all, he's going to an excellent baseball school in LSU. Fastball, sinker, and nothing else really. A curveball that might someday be average. He's a big kid. He'll probably throw harder as he gets older. All it costs me is money. So I will bid on the right to see what he can accomplish. All right. Vinny Marine. Fastball, sinker, slider. Good stuff. Decent movement and control. What's not to like? Done. Victor Mendez. Good all-around hitter. I like it. Probably not a center fielder, but definitely a corner infielder. Or out corner outfielder rather. We'll take Mendez. Sure. Now let's do some projection. Oh, hi, Troy Reed. Draft. And Franklin Uriarte. Done. And I'm going to take a swing on Anthony Plummer, because if he can develop any other ability to hit for contact, he's going to be a really good hitter, potentially. Let's look at some pitching, because I've gone offense heavy in this draft on purpose, but if I can get some decent down ballot pitchers that can be useful, like Isaac Payne, for example. Done. Orlando Medina, draft. And David Labrador, draft. I think that's good. That's 13 rounds of players. I'm pretty happy about that. I will happily pay you your bonus. It's interesting. This is the three. Let me make sure I'm shortlisting both of you. All three of you, actually. All right, Nicky boy, you want over 7 million? How does 10 million sound? Because it's just money. And done. Okay. Cool. Nice. Let us now simulate up to and including the All-Star break. We got Salgado, which is excellent news. He's a little bit overpaid, but there's a dead cat bounce in here that sees him be a 3 or 4 win player next year. The only thing he's not doing this season is hitting for average. That is the only skill he doesn't still have, is hitting for average. He's striking out way more, which is obviously part of the issue. His bat speed is slowing, but honestly, he's still valuable, and I'm happy with that particular deal. Let us advance forwards. I wonder if Mr. Salgado's near any round numbers. Well, I could get to 500 homers next year. Probably not this year, but maybe next year. He is so borderline as a Hall of Famer because his very best skill is on base percentage. He did hit 40 homers at one time. He does have an MVP to his credit. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see if he makes the Hall of Fame. I am not convinced one way or the other. I am not convinced one way or the other that he's going to guaranteed make or not make the Hall of Fame. If he gets out 500 homers, though, I think he'll get a long look, though. And that's all you can really ask. Who is an all-star in the year of somebody else's Lord, 2068? Nate Sinclair made an all-star team for some reason. Ed Hodges and Ivan Latona both made it. And literally none of my hitters made it. I mean, hey, a starter and 2 relievers is okay, I guess, but I'm a little surprised that none of my position players made it. I mean, who does make it though? Like Chris Cannon is probably the only guy that I've got an argument for, and Luis Ormond is just better. So that's fair. I mean, I think that's a fair statement. Hector Romero made the Prospect All-Star team, as did Chris Melgar. Let's go up to the trading deadline and see if there's any last moves we'd like to make. Eric Strong. Who are you? Where did you come from? Oh, I traded for you. I had no idea that you actually needed a 40-man spot. My bad. You're going right to AAA though. Like, I'm not even going to keep you in the majors for 1 second. Went Julian back? How could I say no? Like this. Because the absolute last thing that I need is that. I know I said I'd like you to try being a shortstop. I lied. Get thee over to third base. And let us immediately. How are we doing in rookie ball? I have 77 players. Let's cut some fools. Basically, nobody without a potential of at least 40 is going to stay on this team. Because I need to clear up roster spots and make sure that people are getting regular playing time. Because I doubt any of you will amount to very much. There we go. Release the hounds. There we go. That's much more manageable. I like it. Cool. I kind of like the Lifetime Achievement Award for Mr. Sinclair, but yeah. Pagana's gonna miss some time. Of course he will. Is there any relatively advanced hitter that I would call up? I think Falcone, actually. Like, I think Falcone is the choice of guy to call up here. So now the real question is, who takes over first base? So Barrera's having a pretty good year offensively in fairly limited time. I think he's at least earned the chance. Mr. Barrera, you cannot handle left-handed pitching at all. So I think we do... Oh, neither can Falcone, though. You know what? It's fine. Let's just go ahead and just add in Barrera, but we're going to move people around so that he's not under quite as much pressure. So we're going to do Salgado, Almaguer. I'm then going to generate a new depth chart for everybody. I really refuse to play Hilliard, don't I? Like, Hilliard seems like he's objectively the better choice. Not over Zepeda, though. Zepeda is critical to our success as a team. I do like this idea here. I like getting people rotated in and out. Could Hilliard play first? Probably. How hard could it be? But no, I will keep Hilliard as he is for now. A trade proposal. You want my backup catcher and you're giving me... Like, you're not giving me anything bad, it's just nothing that I want. Like, I don't really need more bullpen people. Is there anybody worth trading on this roster at the moment? Jose Barrera absolutely deserves to hit above Almaguer. Never mind. I'm lying to you. There you go. First of all, is there anybody whose contract is expiring that I might want to bring back? Not really. I've only got 2 free agents right now, and I'm not going to bring back either one of them. Who do we talk long-term with first? Maybe Juan Love? No. He wants a 1-year deal. I wish I knew what Salgado's problem was this season. Like, why all of a sudden he's giving up more homers this year? If there were a single youngster I wanted to lock up right now, it's probably Michael Broadwater. But I think we'll just wait till arbitration time and then go from there. Yeah, and the only thing I would upgrade for is the first baseman, but I'm quite willing to let Barrera get some playing time in. So we're going to go and just finish today. I hope losing David Tennessee was worth our new center fielder. Because I'm genuinely not sure if he was. I do think he had a lot of potential and could have been something special, but that's alright. Dave McTavish is getting better. Michael Broadwater's getting better. Barrera got a tiny bit worse. Micah White is getting better. Good. Hector Romero getting better. I just need to see more current improvements before he'll get a chance to pitch meaningful innings. Nice. How has this trade aged, by the way? Sal Becerra has actually turned out to be a relatively okay catcher. Not like a brilliant one or anything. But he's given him a few wins here and there. And what about the other guy in this trade? Xavier Easton. Yeah, he's starting for the White Sox, so they got two starters out of him. I bet they'd still probably prefer to have had Juan Love, but they can't have him. I do now. We're just going to go ahead and sim right up through the next month. And I think we're definitely going to add a starting pitcher when rosters expand. I think that's what we need more than anything. I need to start seeing if somebody besides Sinclair can pitch at a reasonably high level. Um, and beyond that, I don't know who else we would activate, except for possibly like Tony Pagan might be back by then. Maybe just leave a spot open for him. Or Salgado could get hurt instead. That's fine. Who is the best pure hitter in the minors that's never had a chance? Gernot Baumschlager. Did I just draft you? Oh, no, I didn't. You've been around for longer than that. Okay. Look at fucking Brian Bass. Remember how excited I was when we drafted him and he's just done nothing? That's kind of a bummer. It's kind of a bummer. I guess give me hooks. Because now what's gonna happen is... yeah, I'm just gonna bring in Falcone. We're gonna let Falcone DH for a bit as a treat. Like, I don't love Salgado being hurt, obviously, but maybe this will just give him a bit of extra rest when it comes time for the playoffs. So he'll be ready to really crush baseballs. We got to win one for Nate Sinclair, guys. We got to win one for Nate Sinclair. Okay, you're going in the wrong direction, my friend. I don't like that. You should be playing better, not worse. That does sadden me and make me weep. Alright. So what I'm going to do for the rest of the season is we're going to go to a 6-man rotation and we're going to let Kyle Cordova have the 6th spot. What this will do is it'll take some of the load off of the arms you've already got, but still give him meaningful opportunities to face real-life pitching. The last roster spot is being reserved right now for Pagan when he comes back. Actually, Nap Lajoie's nickname was Nap because his real first name was Napoleon, which is a pretty awesome name if you think about it for a baseball player. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and put Pagan right back where he was. And then the question becomes, does Barrera get DH or does Falcone? I think it's Barrera. I think Barrera has earned our trust. He's hit at a pretty high level all season long. I think he makes a worthy designated hitter. That is my belief. Again, I'm realizing I could have been playing Hilliard at DH, which might have been an even better decision, but regardless, that's not where we are right now. Okay, so we have lost a Rookie League pitching coach. That's as may be. I guess we can try to fill that role right now, just not to worry about it next season. Because nobody's going to want to take a promotion here, are they? Hi there. Become my new Rookie League pitching coach, I beg of you. Brilliant. 300 homers for Chris Cannon. Very nice. Very nice. Alright, we get Salgado back. Lovely. See you later, Javon Hooks. You dirty hooker. Salgado gets his spot back. I have nothing against Jose Barrera, and I thought he did a fine job with us, but he's not Henry Salgado. And that's exactly what I need. I need Henry Salgado in my life. Nope. Nope. And nope. 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 Nice. The day that Salgado comes back, Barrera hits 3 home runs. What a guy. I'm watching you, San Diego. Back the fuck off. I want that buy. I'll give you an extension. Oh, you don't want an extension. You're a really good hitting coach, Steve. I'd like to keep you if I could. Would you be a good manager in low A? No, you'd just be a good hitting coach. Who's my low A hitting coach? It's Tim Duplantis, who is solid. Laguna's good. Kinoshita and Kelly are both outstanding. Yeah, unfortunately, my guy, the problem is I don't have a hitting coach I'm willing to let you replace. So if you need to find yourself a new job, then by all means. What are the Cleburne Railroaders? Oh, they're a double-A team. Okay. I wish you well, my friend, if that's what you feel you need to do. We've enjoyed having you with the team, my friend. I need a new manager now. Anybody here want a promotion to manager, or are you all primarily just, like, hitting coaches? You're all just hitting coaches. That's fine. You know what? Bobby Alvarez, you're in. Bring in an outsider. Alright. We did it. We got the first round bye, which is going to be incredibly valuable. Oh, let's actually go to the start of the playoffs. I know baseball is physics, Jimmy Breslin, you fucking asshole. But yes, it's also Joe DiMaggio running second base, I guess. But I've never understood sports writers and media members who are just like, "Oh my God, stats in baseball! This is a travesty." It's you being a jackass is what it is. All right, playoff roster time. Let's go. Um, yeah, Manny Castillo's like occasional pitching against lefties is not worth keeping him on that roster. So yeah, I'm happy with this as is. We are of course going to drop to a 4-man rotation, but I'm going to keep McTavish over Salgado, who's really struggled this year. We're going to do emergency starter, long relief, and you're going to be a specialist middle reliever. There we go. Pitching staff sorted. Lineups and positions can stay exactly as they are. No need to get fancy there. Let us simulate up to the next playoff round, because I get a nice break. Let people rest, recover, recuperate, etc. Now here's my interesting question though. Do I want Nate Sinclair as my ace in these playoffs? I definitely want him starting. There's no question about that. But he's not the pitcher he used to be. I think I'm going to bump up. I think I'm going to put Broadwater at the top. Then Sinclair, then McTavish. I'm also going to take the pitch count away from Michael Broadwater. He's now pitched 3 innings of 150 plus innings or close to it. I think he can have no pitch count anymore. Plus, it's a playoffs. Obviously, I'm not going to have anybody have a pitch count. And then we'll sim a game. And a close victory thanks to my bullpen. Nice. A disappointing defeat because of my starting pitching. Nate Sinclair gets it done, mostly thanks to Barrera. And last but certainly not least... Ooh. Okay. I had not planned on playing a game in the NLDS, but I really want to make at least the NLCS this season. So we're going to try it. We're going to try it. We're going to see if we can make this happen. Any former Pirates here? Not really. Damn, Luis Ormond is a good player. Good for you. It's all going to come down to you, Broadwater. You are a more than capable starting pitcher. I'd like you to get lots of people out today. That is my request to you. Nice. You love to see it. That was way too many pitches, but an opening batter strikeout is always a great start to a game. Almost as good as a second strikeout. Nice. What an opening, Broadwater. Well done. Well done, my friend. Mr. Bohannon, you have my permission to do whatever you wish on the mound, or on the thing there. I mean, I wouldn't have liked a weak ground ball, but that's fine. You know what? Let's wear him out. That's what this team is designed to do. We're designed to take lots of pitches and then sit on the pitch we want, and then hit it real hard. And now I will turn you loose on... No, I need base runners. Go ahead and take the pitch. Make him throw you a second strike. Okay, went right down the middle. Let's see if you can... Nicely done, my friend. That should be a double, I hope. Nice. That, my friends, is quality plate discipline. That's what it takes to be a truly exceptional baseball team. Is just sitting, waiting for that perfect pitch, and then crushing it. Mr. Pagan, you have my authority to swing the bat. That was a bit disappointing, but okay. Chris Cannon, I'm definitely going to have you draw some pitches, take some pitches here. Try to get you lined up to hit one a long way. It could have been strike two, but it wasn't. And you put him on it first. Very nice. Yeah, this guy is really struggling to throw strikes. Alright, now we have to actually have to swing. Damn it. I mean, hey, here's what matters most. We burned like 30 pitches out of him already. That's just going to make it easier as you go through the rest of the game. Oh, no. Oh, no. God damn it. Okay. Fine. I guess it's probably unrealistic for him to throw a perfect game. Stupid Maples. There aren't even any Maples in fricking El Paso that I'm aware of. A good at bat. I'm not going to begrudge you with striking out at the end there. Come on, Vincent. Show that I was right to acquire you. Really? Really? Alright. Nice play, Zapata. Well deserved. Quality positioning. And Robinson flips it over. No problemo. Nice play by Almahor. That was actually very challenging. That was quite a run he had to make there, but he made it. Angelo Robinson, you're here to do whatever your heart desires. If you could get on base, that'd be lovely. But if you can't, that's fine too. We are cold as fuck this postseason. We have not hit at all. He might just start like grooving every pitch, but I'm just gonna wear him down. That's the key to our success as a team. Okay, now we have to shorten our stroke and try to put the ball in play. That's an out. It hung too long up in the air. Same thing with Zapata. Yeah, he's getting a little bit better at spotting his pitches, so that's going to be an issue. Oh my god, quit hitting fucking home runs, El Paso. Okay. Quit it! Ugh. That was a good pitch, too, but it doesn't fucking matter if he drives it over the wall. That's what I hate about El Paso is a lot of their hitters have a lot of power and can go deep at any moment. They've only gotten 2 hits. It's not like Broadwater is pitching badly. It's that we're not mustering any offense of our own. That's a nice start. Run, Pagan. Run, you bastard. Nice. A leadoff double. That's the way to start. That's the way to start. Alright, Mr. Cannon, I'd like you to take a couple pitches here. Without striking out. Yeah, I need to just kind of tell people to swing away at this point. Oh, nice. You ended up walking Cannon. Salgado, this is your moment. I'm going to let you swing away because I trust you. You fucker. We're wearing him down and it just doesn't matter because when we get pitches to hit, we're not hitting them. We're, say, grounding it easily. Can somebody just fucking hit a baseball out of the infield? Thank you. That was very heads up by Almaguer. Very heads up indeed. Vincent Robinson. That's an out. Damn it. Like, we got a run in, so that's nice, but I am still very concerned about this game. Nice work by... I have 2 Robinsons now. That's wild. Apparently I'm trying to have the all-Robinson team. What the hell? That was weird. Apparently the ball was hit so weakly it stopped time. Okay, we chased our starter, which is good. Maybe we'll have better luck with the bullpen. Nope, frozen rope right at the right fielder. Damn it, how are you all hitting the pitches exactly long enough for them to get over and catch them? I need you to, like, hit it on a rope, but, like, where the fielders are not. And the immortal words of Wee Willie Wheeler. Or Keeler, sorry. You're only throwing 61 pitches. I feel like we can give you at least a little bit more pitching. Okay. I don't like that you gave up a single right there. Because that puts people on base for your best hitter, Ormond. But I'm not going to get stupid. I'm not going to pitch around him. If he beats us, he beats us. But... Really, Almaguer, you dumb fuck? There we go. Nice pitching there. How many walks has Cannon got this game? Like, I swear it's been like 3 or 4. Salgado? Come on, dude. Alright, fucking hustle, dude. You can score on this pitch. Nice work, Cannon. And nice hitting, Almaguer. That makes up for your dipshit error in the last inning. Really, dude? You don't have to make a ridiculous defensive play to make me look stupid there. You could have just let the ball drop. Interesting. Oh, Robinson is a pretty shitty hitter. That's actually very smart. Come on, Robinson, make him pay. Damn, son. That was hilarious. I love it. He's had a lot of problems throwing strikes. We're gonna get real conservative here. That pitch is outside. Take the pitch. I'm gonna make you throw me a second strike before I'm willing to swing. Perfect. Alright, there's a new pitcher in. Zapata, I'm gonna let you do your thing. I'm not gonna force you to take pitches here. Oh, but you should have fucking taken that one, you idiot. No, that would have been a strike anyway. He's a damn good pitcher, he is. Mr. Broadwater, I would love it if you would do me the favor of pitching me for one more solid inning. I will get somebody up in the pen, just in case. Who's coming up? A bunch of righties. Let's get Alex Medina warming up. Nice work. Nice work. Fan-fucking-tastic. Now I'm gonna warm up Hodges. And I'm gonna sit down Medina. Alright, come on, guys. Let's give ourselves a little bit of insurance here. Or, you know, an easy fly ball, I guess. That's a thing. Oh, he's a fucking cutter genius. He's gonna be hard as hell to hit. Really? Would you knock off the fucking sliding catches, you jerks? Holy shit. Alright, Mr. Broadwater, you've had a very fine day, but I think it is time to bring in the bullpen. Look at that defense right there. Brilliant. Nicely done, Hodges. Really? Could you just die for once, you stupid pitch? Yeah, I'm gonna let Robinson swing away. I have no incentive not to. Because bunting doesn't make any difference. You fought off a lot of pitches, so I appreciate that. Bohannon, can you put the ball in play, please? Alright, that should be enough to score another run, which is what I was hoping for. No, it isn't, because fucking dipshit McGee decides he's gonna slow down. I mean, to be honest, Anthony Young is pretty slow. I need another ball in play, Mr. Zapata. Please. Or you could swing and miss at a bad pitch. I'm just gonna let Hodges pitch this inning too, but I will get Hilliard warmed up. But this is what Hodges is for, to pitch multiple innings and give up easy base hits. Dude. Oh, brilliant. Look at that. That's some hot double play action right there. And strikes out Lamelli. Boom! NLCS. I love it. We got to get better offense, guys. We've got to hit better than we did in this first series here. Like, nobody hit well. Besides Pagan and weirdly Angelo Robinson. You got to get some shit going here, my dudes. Alright. Let us now simulate a day. Alright, I definitely want a... Do I want a 5-man rotation now? Do I want to put McTavish back in? Oh, I already have McTavish in. Okay. It'd be putting Salgado back in, and I'm more than happy to let him have a rest. Alright, love the ring. And there's the offense that we could have used last series, but maybe this is a sign of things getting better. A second victory. A nice game by Nate Sinclair, of course. Wait, why are they the home team again? You know what? Doesn't matter. And a sweep. We are back to the World Series, my friends. Lovely. Amazing stuff. How injured are you? You're day-to-day. That's alright. Oh, any interesting Korean players, I wonder. You're a good defender, but a terrible hitter. An amazing defender, but a terrible hitter. An amazing defender, but a terrible hitter. I'm noticing a pattern here. And an amazing... No, just kidding. A terrible pitcher. Yeah, I don't think that's good. It is Sox v. Sox in the World Series there for the AL. All right. Hopefully Michael Broadwater should be ready to go in Game 1. There we go. A victory in Game 1. A narrow one, but a victory nonetheless. Doesn't matter how much you win by, just that you win. A lovely 2-0 shutout by Love. What a great game he had. Look at that shit. That's awesome. Ooh, Nate Sinclair got roughed up a bit in that one. But Dave McTavish helps bring it back. And Michael Broadwater shuts him the fuck down. My friends, we are World Series champions. Once again. What a season. What a season. It's all about that on-base percentage, yo. It's all about that on-base percentage. Taking all those walks in Game 5 of the Division Series really just made the rest of it work. And that was glorious to see. Glorious indeed. That now puts me at how many world championships? I've won 6 now. I need 2 more. I need 2 more titles. Most importantly, though, we won one for Nate Sinclair. Wait, did Nate Sinclair retire? He did retire. Oh, Nate, you magnificent bastard. I don't know whose cap you'll go in with in the Hall of Fame, but I'm so delighted. I'm really glad we could bring you one last ring. No, 1 ring. That was your only world championship. Oh, Ray Bork moment. Ray Bork moment. Fantastic. South Africa? At least these players are a little bit closer to being at least potentially interesting. I could see going after Dereje Percival, not Percival, Justin Hobbs. Oh, look how soft he throws though. That's a bad choice. Very bad choice. Hilliard comes back. Pagan comes back. Oh, friends. Oh, that was a satisfying season. That was incredibly satisfying, and I love it. And here's what I find most exciting. It's how we won the World Series. We did it almost purely through run prevention, because if you look at our team this year, we had a bunch of good contributors, but we didn't have any major stars. Nobody really took the team on their back and carried them. It was truly a team effort. From top to bottom, everybody contributed in useful ways. And if none of them were megastars, that's okay, because the end result was still worthwhile. What this means is that there's always a chance that somebody turns it on next season and we're even more effective. Anthony Young is just, I don't know his secret. Nothing about this offensive profile suggests to me this is one of the better hitting catchers in Major League Baseball. And yet, he is. He's a consistent contributor, and I'm very happy about that. Salgado finishes the year with 2 wins. He gets another World Series ring. Always appreciated, I'm sure. And yeah, that's really strong. Our offense wasn't great, but what it was relentless. And we just need a couple of extra players to kind of kick that up a notch. I need to give Alex Hilliard more regular playing time, but it looks like he got plenty anyway, so I'm not that fussed by it. We got a lot out of our bench this year. We cannot emphasize enough how critical that was to our success. Also, Almaguer is really becoming a problem. We may have to do something about that and find a better second baseman. But the rest of this game went pretty well. Even if a few people that should have been hitting like 30-plus homers only managed to hit 20. We were the second overall team in runs scored, so it's all about that on-base percentage, guys. All about it. Let's talk about pitching, though, because pitching is truly what got us as far as it did. Juan Love had a breakout year. After a somewhat disappointing 2067, he stepped up, struck out more people, walked fewer, and gave up fewer homers. This is equally Michael Broadwater's coming out party. I think he is a fantastic pitcher and one I'm glad to have. Orlando Salgado was useful. Let's not ignore Ivan Latona, who had a fantastic season, even if he wasn't like the closer or anything. I just got great performances almost up and down the staff. Fujii is probably the one exception. And I think I'm going to non-tender him or at least trade him. All right, let's quickly end the episode by. Did I lose any coaches? I don't think I did. No. Let's quickly deal with arbitration, and then we will go from there. So first things first, Fujii is getting traded. I want to open up a spot on the bullpen for a new player, and he had a pretty bad year, so we'll see if we can get some interesting pieces for him. Renteria is currently in the driver's seat. Mr. Renteria, what is it that you can bring to a club? Fastball splitter, mediocre stats, but you know what you're not? You're not $1 million. Plus Montenegro is better. Montenegro throws nice and hard, fastball, forkball, a few different pitches here. Actually, I like Montenegro better. I can't get both, can I? I can get both. Yeah, I don't know why. I think the only reason you don't like it is because, like, he looks like he should be a better pitcher, right? But he's getting to the point where I just think that there's better things we could do with our team. So you get traded. Juan Love, I will give you anything you ask for. You are a special boy, and I want you to stay forever. Alex Medina turned in another fine season. I think bringing him back for another year is perfectly acceptable. Orlando Salgado is fine for what he offers. Anthony Young definitely gets a contract extension. So, I had a feeling this might be coming. 4 years. That's my offer to you. I'm not going to give you an 8-year deal, but I will give you a 4-year deal. How does that grab you? It grabs you perfectly. It buys out your arbitration years, gives me your free agency. Done. He earned a substantial raise, and I'm happy to give it to him. Orlando Morales is no longer as useful to me as he used to be. I'm going to trade him. I'm going to trade him hard. Any intriguing players of baseball on offer? Just for fun, let's look only at batters and see what that brings in. Hugo Barrios is mid. Rich Armendariz, eh. Gabe Sanders, eh. Manny Gonzalez, not bad. I don't hate Manny Gonzalez. I don't love him either, but I don't hate him. If I could get Stewart and Gonzalez, I would make the trade. Will you also give me Mr. Stewart? You know what? If you'll think about it, I've got time. And that's a worthwhile trade. Elijah Bohannon is going to get pretty much anything he asks for. Wow. I've got loads of money. That's step number one. And he's very likely to be a very valuable player year in and year out. Like 4 wins for 17 million is a pretty good deal. So I think we go ahead and give Bohannon what he wants. He is durable, right? He's normal. Normal is fine. Yes, I will make this trade. Or this free. I will make this offer. He's a good egg. And it's not like I don't have loads and loads of money to throw at players for extensions, so... Hell, I could cut Almaguer if I had to. if I meant getting a true upgrade in free agency. But my friends, that is it for today's episode. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, please remember to like and subscribe, comment down below, etc., etc. Oh, that one felt good. That felt really, really good, especially because we won one for Nate Sinclair. I'm not saying Nate Sinclair will go into the Hall of Fame with a Pirates cap, but I think he'll think about it. And that's all I care about for right now. Also, I'm really excited to see what we can get out of Vincent Robinson with another full season. Because I do think he's going to be a very valuable piece to our club as well. I love it. Until next time, my friends, this has been Our Guardian. Thank you for watching. And I bid you good day.